Crackshot doesn't just sell airguns. The Devon and web-based shop sells a wide range of night vision and thermal scopes too.
Generally new, you're looking around the 300 mark. And I would say you could stop at 5,000 if we ordered something in, but what we keep in store, you're generally looking at about 3,000 tops.
I could buy cheap night vision online for £100. Why do I need to start at £300?
Image quality, mostly image quality. I'm going to stock something, I want to make sure it's pucker, I want to make sure it's absolutely spot on, that someone can take it out, they can use it, and not bringing it back every 5 minutes saying this is not very good, why did you sell it to me? I want to make sure that whatever I sell, I've got confidence in myself. So the cheapest we've got is this night visor. So it's a bolt on to the back of your scope, so it's not an actual night vision scope, it just bolts onto the back of your existing scopes. You still use your same crosshairs. Unlike the pod where you would look through it, you actually are looking at the screen, so it will put your image on this little screen. So it does mean that if you're shooting off a tripod or anything like that, it's on the top of your gun, you don't have to try and look through it, do anything like that. It's just a case of looking for the little screen, so it does make tripod shooting very, very simple. Next up is this little pod. Now there are other pods we do normally have, however we haven't got them currently here, but this would be just in a step up price range from the 300 mark to your 550 mark. This is the LRF version of the pod MV007. So this is the MV007 SP LRF. So we can range find with this one. And again, just like very much like the night visor, bolts onto the back of your scope, so it uses your existing crosshairs as its way of looking through. It just turns your existing scope into night vision. So it's a very popular option for people who mostly shooting during the day, but would also like to just add that element of night vision to their lives. This is the ATN Excite 4K. This is the 5-20 version. So rather than using the pre-existing scope on your rifle, this is a full night vision scope in itself. So obviously the price is a little bit more because this is needs to be able to shoot during the day and at night, both very clearly. Especially when you're using the digital screens during the daytime, it's never going to be as good as an optic, but they've tried to get the image quality as best as they possibly can. This is probably one with the nicest image quality out of all of them. Very, very quick as well. So there's no lag with a lot of the night visions tend to have quite a little bit of lag. So when you're moving the gun, it's not a nice smooth image. It does take a little bit of delay just to catch up. This is nice and smooth, and personally, if you're using that, perfect. So up in price a little bit more, we're up to the pod. This is the DS35. This is the 50 LRF version. The 50 is more dedicated to the airgun users. So there is a 70 that's slightly more zoomed in, so you don't get as much wide field of view. With the 50, the field of view is much wider. It's a lighter optic than the ATN, which again is very, very popular when you're putting it on some of the airguns. Some of them can be heavy, especially if you're walking around at night doing a lot of traveling. This is a great little unit for that. So this has got a built-in LRF, and it's also got the ballistic calculator, so we can range find everything. If we set all the ballistics up to your particular rifle pellet and velocity and all the bits and pieces you need to do, this would also help you out with your ballistic calculator. So it makes night shooting very, very simple, very, very easy. Image quality on this is probably on a par with the ATN. Very, very smooth, very, very quick as well. So again, you're not noticing any of that tiny little bit of catch up. It's instant. I would say the image quality is slightly better with the ATM, but you get a lot more features with this pod. So something we don't generally have here, but we have at the moment, which is absolutely brilliant, is the Pulsar. This is the Thermion 2 XQ50. This is the LRF version, and it is absolutely outstanding. So it's not just night vision, this is thermal. So instead of just having a night vision quality, you will be able to pick up obviously the heat source. I played quite a bit with this one, and there's no way you wouldn't be able to see what quarry you're using, especially for air guns. So I found this particularly useful when shooting rats, especially against leaves. I tried it against the pod. With the pod, I could find the rat once I found his eye shine, but him just moving around, he blended in with the leaves quite well. And with this one, he had no chance. If you're ratting, and you're seriously ratting, you want to get into those tricky rats, this is the boy.
For Crackshot's full range, go to crackshot.uk.